So many people want to have the producer lifestyle, but they don't understand you have to do the producer job to get there. What does that mean? That's what we're going to talk about today. Come on, let's go talk. So many times I hear people talking about they want to have the producer lifestyle. That's like me saying that I want to be Brad Pitt when I grow up. I mean, this guy didn't just show up and become a multi-million-dollar celebrity and, quite honestly, pretty savvy real estate investor. He put in the work. Production's no different than that. There are things you have to do to be able to have that producer lifestyle. That's actually the topic of my new book that comes out on September 8th, The Dirty 130. Listen, this is all about 130 days for you to challenge yourself to go deeper than anybody else that you know so that you can live like nobody else that you know. There are 3 things we're going to talk about today that you have to be on top of if you are going to be successful as a producer in today's environment. The first one is content. Content is and has been king since the digital era ushered itself in the early 2000s. So many times I hear producers talk about not being able to get good leads and not being able to have stuff come in inbound, but their content strategy is hot garbage. I understand that it's not easy for you to come up with topics to talk about, but listen, it's all around us and we just have to open up our eyes. Here's 3 really quick ones. Number 1, insurance policies. Find a coverage. I actually wrote a series on product recall, and I took the policy from Lloyd's, broke it down section by section, and did a blog post on each subsection explaining the coverage and why it was important. And it did very, very well. So look at your insurance policies, number 1. Number 2, look at your CIC or CRM manual. You get learning objectives in every single one of those books. Turn those into blog posts. Not only are you creating content that could drive business to you, but it's helping you study for your exam at the same time. And number 3, the old-fashioned pen and paper. Leave it by your phone. Anytime you get the same question twice, write it down, create a blog post around it, and now you're going to answer that question before people have to call in and get it. If you hear it twice, you can be sure other people are looking for it. The second thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about connection. You have got to have connections as a producer. If you are not building your network, you are not building your net worth. You have to understand that you can only get in front of so many people on your own, and having effective channel partners is the way that you cure that problem. Channel partners make life so much easier because while you're not working, they very well may be. That is just the best way, in my opinion, to supplement your content creation and your actual efforts, which leads me to number 3, cold calling. I don't care if you're doing marketing drops or if you're doing telemarketing, cold calling still works. You got to get the reps in. You don't get stronger by just bench pressing once a month. You get the reps in with the lower weight, you build your muscle, and then you go heavy and try and max out to see if you can get that big lift done. Production is no different. You've got to get the reps in on the phones, but you don't just stop by making the calls or doing the marketing drops. Sit back and assess how you did. Reflect on your day, reflect on your week, reflect on your month, and figure out those places where you're able to improve your process. At first, it's going to be big leaps and bounds that you're jumping, but in the end, it's going to be those tiny, razor-thin things that you're doing to improve just a little bit to go from good to great. Those are 3 things that you can do as a producer to do the producer job, which will ultimately lead to the producer lifestyle. If you do that, you're going to kill it in commercial insurance.